welcome back to my channel. It is Friday morning and I'm just enjoying my coffee right now. I have a full day of work today, and then it's kind of like the calm before the storm of a crazy busy weekend of teaching. So what I wanted to film this time around was kind of like what it's like to be a part-time teacher when you have a full-time job, and give you an idea of like what my schedule looks like, how I run around, how I organize it, and then some cute snippets of the kids. So that's what we're doing. So coffee it is. One eye over at the baby who's watching Daniel Tiger. And then there's this guy. And this guy. What are you doing? All right, so I am home. The weekend has begun, and I came home to a shipment, and I thought I was getting this later, so I was really excited to see that I just got it. But you probably all know I love all things Mama Bear. I get them from a company called Loved by Hannah and Eli. Let me just... There you are, so you can see what the company name is. And I just love all stuff Loved by Hannah and Eli. So they just came back out with the mugs. So I got a mug. It's a thumbprint mug, so you can see it there. And the Mama Bear is on the front, depending on how you hold it, I guess, and the back. And so I just got one of the small mugs because I really liked the rose color, so I got that one. I got a, let's see, I'll show you. I stand up to show you. I got a Mama Bear hoodie, so it has the pocket in the front, and then the hoodies here. It's a lightweight hoodie. Like, you don't really need to wear a shirt underneath, but you know, you could probably wear like a light t-shirt. I got it kind of large on the larger side, not large. I got it medium, but I got it on a bigger size than I normally would get. And then I got a medium of this too. She calls it, I think, a sweater, a gray sweater. Pink lettering or something, but it's like sweatshirt material, really soft sweatshirt material in my opinion. And there we are. So here we go. So I got that as well, and I'm really excited about like cozying up to this because we're warming up here in New England, but we're gonna go through a cold spell again, so this will be good. So all my purchases. Really excited to get my purchases, and that is that. Hello, so it is Saturday, about 1:15, and I had absolutely planned to vlog my morning and just didn't think of it, and then it got away from me. So apologize for coming in so late all of a sudden. So this morning I got up early. I get up at 5:15 on Saturday mornings, get myself ready and prepared, and do whatever else I have to do in the house before I leave, and then head over so I can be at the studio at 6:45. I like to get to the studio about half an hour before my class so I can address any issues that have come up. Like this morning I had an issue with connecting to the speaker, so I texted a couple of other of coworkers who had classes after me, and stuff like that. So there's always, like, not always, but there can be times where things come up. And then like last weekend nothing came up, everything went great, and I get there early too so I can heat up the room a little bit because the room can be cold in the morning. So I heated all that up, and then I had nothing, and I was like, okay, so I just practiced a couple of like little sequences while I waited for guests to arrive. So I just think it's always a good idea to get to class like a half an hour early if at all possible. So I didn't have anybody attend my class this morning. We have school vacation week here, and so I expected it to be light. So I practiced some sequencing that I was working on for another class, actually 2 other classes, and then I meditated for a little while because I felt some jitters, and because my belly was acting up this morning. I think it's something I ate, but also with the jitters it didn't help. And Then I did a little practice. It was awesome. I had a really nice time. Took a couple of pictures. I don't have a lot of pictures of me doing yoga in general. So I took a couple of pictures of stuff. Yeah, and it was just kind of a nice time with myself I really needed. So that actually was perfect. Sometimes the universe just knows exactly what you need, and that's what I needed. So I stayed there instead of coming home and disrupting my family for like a half an hour. It just didn't seem fair to them. Then I buzzed over town and I had a class that I taught at 9:30. It was a beautiful, really nice group, and had a really wonderful time with them. And then I came home and relieved Chris. Chris took Nolan and one of his friends to see a movie, to see Ready Player One. So they're off doing that. And the movie's like 2 hours, 20 minutes, I guess, and takes about 20 minutes to get to the theater and back. Our local theater isn't playing that movie anymore, so it was a drive for him. So I'm happy he was able to get out of the house, have some fun with the kids. And I hung back with Killian. We had lunch and then went outside and played for a little while. He's obsessed with being outside. It's like 56 degrees right now. So it's warm enough that he wants to be out all the time. So we exhausted him there. He was so tired. Brought him upstairs, and he's napping. So I got some laundry done, some cleanup done. I have a pile of papers I went through, so I'm always like doing something. That's what I want to say. Like from 5:15 a.m. on, I am busy. I'm the type of person who fills up every second of my day, so I have to be careful about that. I'm not sure how to address those issues, but I have some ideas of things I can do. I just have to put them into practice. And on my yoga mat, I'm also cultivating that kindness to myself, so I give myself a break. So I don't know if any of you have tried this. It's called Sunbasket, healthy cooking made easy. I think it's similar to like those Hello Fresh or whatever, but it has more of the like it has like vegan options and vegetarian options, and we have dietary concerns in our family, so this looks really good. So it's $50 off of 2 weeks. I might try it out. I'm just gonna go online and check to see if it's worth it. Some of those are so expensive that it's like not worth it for us, or like only 2 of us will be able to eat. But I'm trying to think of a way to make sure that we're eating a good meal and a healthy meal, and not like one of those like crappy heat up meals. Do you know what I mean? Like, but also like we have to consider the time, and like I pick up Killian, and then by the time I get home, he has like an hour before bedtime. So we don't have a lot of time to cook and eat and make sure he's settled before going to Bath and Betty. So it's just like, I'm trying to think of all options, and this might be one of them. So I'm gonna go check that out right now. All right, so it's Sunday today. Didn't do too much recording, so we were just so busy and just doing stuff. So Killian and I today, I actually taught a class in the morning, and then Killian and I later on decided to do some decorating. So we went to TJ Maxx Home Goods and found some really nice things. So we took the credenza here and we did some arranging. So this was already here. I already had this like Yankee candle here. But then we bought this, this plant here. Why is the name escaping me all of a sudden? I don't know. I'll put it down in there. But anyway, so this is a fake one. I can never keep these alive. So we decided to take this. And then I found this little placard that says Wish on it. And I liked that it looked like kind of like old fashioned and banged up or whatever. It just looked really cute. And then I ended up in the silver container. I ended up getting this arrangement, and I hope it like this conveys what it looks like. It's just kind of like a dried flower arrangement. It's actually pretty cute. It's pretty nice. And but anyway, all together it kind of has this nice posh look to it here. Forget the tissue, but I'm gonna put the tissue somewhere. Kind of a nice arrangement of some of our things, and just kind of something nice to have as like accent pieces in our dining room area. We'll have some of our stuff here, and Killian wants it. This is the Easter stuff that needs to go downstairs. Killian wants it. Are you ready to go upstairs? Time for bed? Time for bed? Yeah, it's a long day, huh? Hello. So Killian is in bed, and Nolan is heading in that direction. And I am actually working on some work for school. So I'm not going to show you everything because it's proprietary materials and I don't want to show that. But I'll show you what I do. I kind of, when I'm doing a sequence, I like to write it down. So I am doing a sequence that's working up to revolved triangles. So you'll see that there. It's actually something we need to do for class, and then I'm just kind of write down everything I'm going to do. And so I block it out. I say, this is what I want to do for my integration or my first like 10 or 15 minutes of class. This is how I'm doing Sunsal A. This is pretty much Sunsal A is the same every time. And then Sunsal B, I have two variations that I've developed now. I have a Sunsal B Warrior 1 variation and the Warrior 2 variation, which is like kind of starting to get into different areas. Right now that makes sense to me because I'm a new teacher and I need some kind of structure to feel like I know what I'm doing. But I spent a lot of time working in this, and I've actually spent so much time tonight like going through all of this that I am burnt out. Like I just started getting into this standing sequence and I'm like annoyed with it. I don't know. So it's like sometimes doing the sequencing takes the fun out of yoga because in my own personal practice, it's very like free form. I just, I feel like doing this and I do it and this and I do this. And I just, sometimes I feel like when I'm working on these things, it's kind of like exhausting. But then I'm telling myself to have fun with it too. And sometimes that's the part that's hard for me, is like, just let loose. Just let loose and have fun with it. But this actual sequence that I'm putting together is one that I am, working on for class, and I think it'll be a little bit different than when I work on it. Working on it for my yoga teacher training class, it'll be a lot different when I'm working on it for like the classes I'm teaching. Like I worked on a sequence for my yoga teacher training class, and I did bring that to the studio and I taught that a couple of times, and then I was kind of like, nah, I'm gonna add some other stuff to it. So I started adding stuff in it. I wanted to get into some other areas of the body, so I've added like little pepper in, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to continue to teach at the studio, like something similar to that I'm just gonna keep teaching, because I just feel like I need some kind of like groundwork, and then I'm kind of varying that a little and changing things here and there and stuff like that. So I didn't have anyone come to my 7:15 class to try out those types of things. So this sequence that I'm working on now for class is one, either I may not offer completely a class, or I'll just offer like this a certain sections in, like kind of pepper those in. I haven't decided. Today's class I subbed for a beginner's class. It was really cool. So I've had a couple of different opportunities with teaching. I've had regular vinyasa class. I've had a class for seniors, and so I had that's more of like a slow flow class, and worked for them in there, and they did amazing. They're just really wonderful practitioners, wonderful group of people. And then today I worked with our beginners, and I had a couple ladies come in. They were awesome, and we worked really hard. And we worked really hard in like very specialized areas. Like we worked here and we worked here, and that was about all that we worked. You know, we worked on a couple of like areas, like we took a lot of time with it. We went in, and it's exactly the way I think I'd like to teach beginners. So it was just so fun to like get into those, have conversations, talk to each other, and looking at them as beginners and seeing them getting into the pose, it just was awesome. Like, and they had really good questions too. Like everybody I've worked with has had really good questions, and that helps me be a better teacher, because then I know if I'm missing something. Sometimes I just know the pose and I go into it. I don't think about breaking it down as subtly as I need to. So I love it. The feedback is awesome. I'm feeling good about it. Planning a class too for a teen and caregiver class. So today I did an event notification, sent it out to a bunch of people that I know, and let people know that that event is happening. And then I also did an Instagram post and talked about that. I did another Facebook share and just shared the event. And then hopefully people will come. It's our school vacation week, so I think that classes have been pretty slow because people are on vacation or just doing other things with their kids. I hope people will come in on that Friday and spend a little time with their teen and hang out with us and have fun and just relax. And really super looking forward to that class. So we'll see how it rolls close on Friday. If not, we're offering it monthly, and I think I'm going to be working with a couple of my coworkers that hopefully will have some awesome ideas, and we can pull all of that together and create a really dynamic program. So I'm really looking forward to that too. So I'm going to put my book away, my materials away right now, and just try to get a little relaxation in, because it's something I don't do. Actually, relaxing wise, I'm reading a book on ADHD. I'll show you. My son has ADHD, struggles with that. So the book is called Driven to Distraction. It's written by Edward Hallowell, and he actually runs the Hallowell Center, which is the next town over for me. And I'm considering bringing my son there for some work and some evaluation. So I thought I would read his book to get an idea of what he does with people and how he assesses them and things like that before. It sounds like so far it's been adults, but this book is childhood through adulthood. So I am hoping I can just get some information. So for me, when I relax, sometimes I watch a movie or something, or a show or something. A lot of the times I'll read something like this, or I'll read a book or whatever, and just get some information. And that is, to me, is relaxing, like, than building sequencing and things like that. Sequencing will definitely come as we go. This is not, the sequencing I'm doing into revolve triangle is not my favorite thing to do. So I like the like openness of some of the other poses. I have to remember I gotta balance it out, you know. Like, you can't like everything, you know. You can't like everything you're doing. Unfortunately too, it didn't really get a practice in this weekend, and I usually practice twice. I practice on a Saturday and a Sunday morning, but I was working so much. I got to practice through, well, I did do a practice, I guess, at 7:15. Since I didn't have any students come in, I worked out a practice of my own. And I did practice with my seniors, and I did practice with my beginner group, but it's not like I went to a class where I know the teacher and the teacher was instructing. I was still instructing myself. So I'm really looking forward. I think tomorrow night I'm going to go to my friend Elisa's class, and she's doing a slow flow. It would be a great time for me to have a slow flow class, I think. So I think I really actually want a super vigorous power vinyasa, honestly, and I'm looking forward to fitting one of those in at some point. I don't know when. It's like so crazy. Like, I'm so busy, I can't even fit in a class. And I was told by teachers this would happen. It's like, you'll teach and you need to spend time with your family, and a lot of times you have a day job and you have to trade off teaching or practicing. You can't do both a lot of the time. So I'm running into that already. So but it's all right, we're good, everyth's great. I'm so excited to do the slow flow, and then I'm looking forward to doing power class at some point when I can fit it in. And that's that. But yeah, tomorrow's Monday. It is Patriots Day here. It's the 5th anniversary of the Boston bombings at the I think actually it's today or yesterday, I can't remember the exact day. It's actually, I think it's today, because the day is the 15th. I think it's the 15th. It's the 5-year anniversary of the Boston bombings at the Boston Marathon. And so it's pretty amazing to think that was 5 years ago. I cannot believe it was 5 years ago. It's like, holy smokes, what people have been living with for 5 years. But anyway, that's tomorrow. And I will bid you adieu tomorrow. I don't, aside from going to a class, I don't have much yoga going on. I always have yoga going on in my mind or whatever, but I'm going to be working through this homework assignment, and I'm also going to be working on some stuff I want to do with my seniors. I think we'll do much of the same thing we did on Saturday, just kind of maybe considering some things for digestion and getting into some things I didn't get to on Saturday because we ran out of time, if you can believe it. So anyway, thank you so much for visiting my channel. I showed you little snippets here and there of my weekend and what it's like to be a yoga teacher starting out when you still have a full-time day job and and also have a family. So I was able to show snippets. Some things I wasn't able to show just because didn't have time or didn't think to grab the camera, if you can believe it. But I hope this kind of helps you realize that there is teaching and there is planning and there is studying and there's your own practice and there's considerations for what you would like to do moving forward, what kind of workshops you want to give, what kind of classes you want to offer. And then there's all the subbing opportunities that come up. Then you're subbing for someone here, someone there, and it may be a different class structure than you usually teach. So there's just a lot of stuff, a lot of things to consider, a lot of things to happen, and it's a job. So you're promoting yourself and trying to get work, and I still have to work on, like, there's so much stuff I have to work on. I have to work on my website. I have to work on, I want to do a wall vinyasa class. I'd like to start working on that idea. I'm meeting on Thursday with another group that I'm doing, I'm helping out with on a workshop. I don't know to what degree I'll be helping out. I just know I need to be in this workshop, part of this workshop, and I don't know why. But anyway, and just helping out there as well. So there's just so many avenues, so much stuff going on. It's really a very, very exciting time. And just trying not to get too caught up in the stress of it all. But there's always something to do, which is really nice. There's always, like, my beautiful family to be a part of as well. So try to pull it all together, I guess. So thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're thinking about starting to teach or taking a teacher training, I'd love to answer that for you. And I hope you have a really beautiful week and an awesome one. So thank you so much. Click the thumbs up if you like videos like this. Feel free to click the notification bell so you know when I upload, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Namaste.